The things that I picked, Mr. Speaker, from the address of the President is the cancellation of the ADANI contract, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Kenyans have raised issues on the ADANI contract, Mr. Speaker. And I want to, it is very rare for the minority leader to applaud the President. But Mr. Speaker, on this occasion, I want to applaud him because it was timely, he did the right thing, and he read the mood of the country and took bold decision that Kenyans were happy with, Mr. Speaker. But having said that, Mr. Speaker, the cancellation of the ADANI contract does not end our problems that we have in the airports, Mr. Speaker. Because, Mr. Speaker, if you are a regular traveler at the Jomo Kenyatta Airport, Mr. Speaker, personally, I don't believe we have an airport. There is no difference, Mr. Speaker, of that airport at the moment and the bus park of Migori, Mr. Speaker, where the matatus and the buses, people were board from Mr. Speaker. You drive into that airport, Mr. Speaker, you will not know where to start from and where to end, Mr. Speaker. If myself, I have a problem, I'm a Kenyan who regularly uses that airport, Mr. Speaker. What do you think of a visitor, Mr. Speaker, who doesn't know anything about that airport? He knows nobody. You don't know where to park your car. You don't know where you're supposed to be dropped, Mr. Speaker. Everything is leaking. The roof is leaking.
You go there when it's raining.
Mr. Speaker, I don't feel, my God, I request, I'm praying to God that I don't appear there at a time like now when it is raining. Because it can be worse. You don't, Mr. Speaker, Kenyans must know, and I'm telling those Kenyans who gave their strong views on the ADANI issues, Mr. Speaker, now to give views now on how they want us to transform the airport, Mr. Speaker. It can't be one-way traffic. If you say that ADANI thing is bad, then now is the time that they should give us ideas, views on how to improve our airport. That is the first place visitors interact with this country, Mr. Speaker. You land at the airport. You don't know whether you have landed at Kisumu a bus park or you have landed at the national airport. Even Wilson is better of late because it's smaller in size and the traffic is smaller. At the Jomo Kenyatta, things are bad, Mr. Speaker. And you can't tell me it is the government that's supposed to fix everything. Yes, they have to do their work. They can fix what they can fix. But look at the standards. Look at what's happening globally, Mr. Speaker. Look at how PPP has transformed many countries. Go to this place, Turkey, Mr. Speaker. There's a complete new airport of bigger than Migori town, where I come from, bigger than Migori city. Migori is not a town now, it's a city. Bigger than Migori city, Mr. Speaker, and it was done through PPP. We want to be a hub. We want to be the hub of this region. Look at what's happening in Ethiopia. Look at what's happening. And then our mind is fixated with issues that we think are them against us. Who is doing this? Who is doing that? I may not vote for ADANI myself. But what I want to say on the floor of this house is that for those of us who are against ADANI, let us now give alternative views. Let us now give you alternative ways that we can improve our airport, Mr. Speaker. We can't just be saying, oh, ADANI was bad, without giving any alternative, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to give you a very good example. If today we did not have this expressway, because this expressway also came through PPP, how shall we be accessing our airport today from this point? Today you can take less than 10 minutes to go to the airport. If this expressway was not there, how will you reach the airport? Mr. Speaker, these are hard questions we must ask ourselves. We cannot do politics at the expense of killing the country. Expressway is a good example of a PPP. It might have been done expensively. The cost might have been high, but it is serving the purpose that it was meant for. Many Kenyans today, everybody today who can afford to pay asks you, how can I access the expressway, from which point? When you are coming from Southern Bypass, you want to access the expressway. When you are coming from Thika Superhighway, you want to access the expressway. Why? Because it has made life easy. That is what PPP does, Mr. Speaker. It makes lives better. But I hope now, and I pray, Majority Leader, that in the subsequent decision that is to be made on this issue, transparency will be done. We need to get the next person, the next company that is going to do the PPPs. We want Kenyans to be on board. We want Kenyans to be carried on board, Mr. Speaker, through transparency and accountability. Mr. Speaker, my second issue that I took note in the speech, Mr. Speaker, is about chief and SHA. Mr. Speaker, it's a very good idea. It's a very brilliant idea for us to transform the health sector of this country. And universal health care has been in all manifestos, Mr. Speaker. It's a constitutional, right that every Kenyan must get